Hello, welcome to A Conversation with the Candidates. I'm Lloyd Jones, the Sun's I'm sports editor, but today I'm education editor, Lloyd Jones. So that means you'll see a little tougher version of Lloyd Jones. I'll be asking all the tough questions. I've got a couple of great candidates here who've thrown their hat in the ring, willing to serve our community and run for the Conway School Board for 3-year seats. There are three 3-year seats opening up, and we have 4 candidates running for the office. And we also have a 1-year seat opening up and 2 candidates vying for that. So lots of candidates. We're lucky to have people willing to serve our community. So today I'm joined by Sarah Burke. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you.
First endeavor running for school board.
Yes.
Joe Mosca, the current chair of the Conway School Board. So thank you guys so much for coming in, and live a gloomy day, so might as well do TV.
Thank you.
Why not?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy to have you guys come in. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to get into your first political race? Has it been everything you thought it'd be and more so far, Sarah?
So far, it's not been much of anything other than people asking me or telling people. But yeah, I mean, aside from the running part of it,
Yeah.
I think I would be comfortable. It's meetings and information and trying to do what's best. But running is weird.
Is it?
Yeah, like promoting yourself for things.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's weird.
Yeah. And Joe, you're it's not old hat for you, but you're.
No, but it's still. I agree with Sarah. It's not something I enjoy doing. Going out and knocking on doors and talking to people.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to talk to people. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that trying to sell myself.
I know.
And at this point, I've been involved long enough on different boards that I hope people know me, and they either like me or they don't like me. And no matter what, I hope you all come out and vote.
Yeah.
One way or the other. Please come out and vote.
And that's April 14th, right?
Yes.
April 14th
Yes.
in Center Conway at the Town Garage.
Yes.
Polling hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you're not a registered voter, you can still register to vote the day of the election. So you guys going to be out at the polls, or who knows?
I'm definitely going to be there in the evening, but there's at Mount Cranmore on the 14th. They're doing there's like a
Expo thing.
the expo, yeah. And I was hoping that I could listen to some of the speakers.
Yeah, there's
So
a lot going
I might
on that
do
day,
that
I think.
too.
I will be there in the morning. Probably not. I will be in and out.
Yeah, you're a month removed from knee surgery. I don't want you standing out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, the doctors doesn't want me standing or sitting out there all day long like I normally would. So, so I'll be back and forth and have my face out there off and on during the day. But
Yeah.
I'll be out there for a while. Yeah.
So give people a little idea who Sarah Burke is. A mom, a worker.
Yeah, so I have 2 teenage daughters.
Go to Kennett?
They both go to Kennett. I have a freshman and a junior. I run a business in the Valley. I'm a manager of a business in the Valley.
True North Veterinary.
True North Veterinary Hospital. And I help run a scholarship.
Full disclosure, Sarah and I are on the Doc Walker Scholarship Committee.
Yep.
We'll be selling raffle tickets soon, so stay tuned.
Buy raffle tickets.
Buy raffle tickets.
Yeah, so I stay pretty busy most of the time.
Yeah.
But other than that,
And you've had a lot of date nights with your husband at school board meetings.
lots of
Kurt.
really exciting date nights, going to school board meetings. That's where we hang out.
And Kurt's on the budget committee, huh?
Kurt just joined the budget committee, or he's running to be on
Yeah.
the budget committee.
He got appointed before. And
Yeah,
now
he
he's-
did get appointed, and then I think it's uncontested right now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is uncontested. I'm not sure. So he is probably on the budget committee, which is great for him because he's really good with finances and numbers, and it does not make him bored at all. And I am more of a information and people person.
And where's home for you here in the Valley?
So we live
Intervale?
in Intervale. Yep. We've been there 18 years. He built a log cabin. I met him while he was building it.
Really?
Yep. And so I sort of inherited a log cabin when I inherited him. I was always going to be a city kid, and I ended up living in a log cabin in the woods.
So where did you grow up, Sarah? Here in the Valley, or?
I grew up technically I grew up in the Lakes region. Northfield is where I lived most of my life. But I have family in Massachusetts, which I'm really sorry, I just do.
You don't have the accent, though.
No, my dad does. So Massachusetts, Lakes region, I lived in Guilford for a while, and then I moved up here in 2007.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
How about you, Mr. Mosca?
Let's see. I'm retired. Been retired for a long time now. Too long for my age.
Not that long, though. It doesn't seem.
17 years.
Has it been
I've
17
been
years?
retired for 17 years. Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know, it's crazy. It doesn't seem that long.
What were you in another life?
I worked for the Transit Authority in Boston. I was a senior budget analyst, so I did a lot of finance.
A lot of
stuff.
numbers.
A lot of numbers, a lot of big projects. At one point in time, I had a lot-
Multi-million.
Yeah, I had about $500 million worth of construction projects that I was
Overseeing.
the funds for
Holy
at one
smokes,
point in time.
Joe.
Yeah. I retired. I've been up here since I bought the first house in 2004 in Intervale. Now we're down in Center Conway. Both my kids went through the school system here, Pine Tree, the middle school, and then Kennett High.
A couple of talented musicians.
My son graduated in 3 years. My daughter could have graduated in 3 years, but she chose to stay the 4th year because she's a social butterfly and didn't want to miss her friends.
I could never graduate in 3 years. I liked high school.
Kevin took a year off. He graduated, like I said, he graduated a year early, took that year and worked and made some money, and then went to Berkeley College of Music in Boston. And now he's living in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Living his dream.
Wow.
He is. He's living his dream.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he is. He's a good kid. And Abby's down in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Living the life. Loves the beach life. So
that's
good for
good.
her. Yeah.
And you and Tammy have a young, enthusiastic puppy.
We thought he was young. But now everybody thinks he's somewhere between 5 and 7. We thought he was between 3 and 5.
Oh, I thought he was much younger.
Yeah, that we thought too. But now they're saying probably 5 to 7.
Gave him a forever
But
home.
he acts. Yeah, we both our dogs are rescues. He acts like he's a puppy.
Does he?
Yeah, he prances around. It's funny to watch him. He's a mix of all kinds of different things. You can definitely see the lab and boxer in him.
Ooh.
But yeah, he's just a funny little guy, and he loves to cuddle.
Does he?
He's a funny little guy.
He's been your partner in rehab?
He wants to be in my lap all the time, so he wants to be on, I have to keep pushing him off my knee because he'd rather be, sprawled out on top of me.
Yeah.
So it's either me, myself, or Tammy, but that's, yeah. But, when she's not around, I'm second fiddle.
Oh my gosh. So what was it that led you guys to say, I think I could do another term, Joe? What was it that?
I enjoy it. I really do. I see some good things happening with the curriculum and whatnot. I hope, and I want to stay there, stay the course, and hope that it continues the way it's going. It's good to see all the schools in the SAU on the same curriculum. At one of the joint board meetings we had with SAU 13, one of the board members, who's a parent, was saying how difficult her child had it coming to Kennett because their curriculum was so different.
Oh, from 13.
Yeah. So I know they've been reaching out, trying to get everybody on the same page. So when their students come up, they've all been taught the same things. Mm-hmm. So which to me is great because that just makes it easier for everybody.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
How about you, Sarah? I think you spent the last year or 14 months coming to meetings. So
Yeah, we've been
seemed
going
like a natural transition.
for about a year.
Yeah.
It just is something that, so I never used to really pay a lot of attention to like politics or any kind of things that go on in the way that towns work and the way that schools work and things like that. And at some point, as you get older, you realize that the reason that things work is because people do them. And so I just started sort of looking into the things that I am good at and the things that I enjoy and that I find interesting, and seeing sort of what area maybe that would lead me to if I could do something to try to make things better or good or even just keep them going. And the school really is it for me. I mean, I have 2 kids that are in the school system. They've went to John Fuller and then the middle school, and now they're in Kennett. And so, I don't know, it's something that I'm like vaguely familiar with. I was in the PTO for John Fuller for a long time until my youngest was out of John Fuller. And then it just is something that I find really interesting. And I've been researching a lot. I'm kind of like, I do date nights at school board meetings, but I also spend my free time like on the internet researching what school boards do and the way schools run and the different things that you can do to improve them. And
It's mind-boggling how much there is in terms of being a board member. Just
yeah, there's a lot of time and effort that they
Yeah.
put into it. It's
a lot
kind
of
of
committee
amazing.
meetings. It's not just the
Yes.
2 hours on the TV.
No.
Just an awful lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
But both of you, I think, are great people persons. You just are so good with people, and I'm sure that's a skill. But what other skills do you think you could bring to the board or would bring to the board?
Me?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I manage a veterinary hospital. I have for 10 years. So that's everything from budgeting to scheduling.
Boy, you see people on the
and-
worst days when they come in and have to give bad news.
Yes. Yeah, it's a
Cool.
lot of emotional
Yeah, a ton.
things and working with or managing people who deal with that on a daily basis, and like the brunt of it sometimes is really challenging. So dealing with different personalities, there are always challenges that come up in everyday life
Yeah.
that at a vet hospital that you don't really think about, but that you have to sort of navigate, making sure that people are happy, making sure that people are getting what they need. So I guess just in general knowledge, I've been gaining a ton of knowledge as to what we should be doing. And if I were to be on the board, I ran for a 3-year position, not only because I knew that there were going to be at least 2 open, or definitely 2 open. I ran because if I go for 3 years, then I know I could spend at least a year really sort of getting knowledge from the people that are already on the board to figure out where I could best do what I need to do,
Yeah.
how I could best serve, what committees I should be on, and what it really entails. Because aside from going to the meetings and reading the notes of the committee meetings and things like that, you can't really know until you do it. So just getting the information and trying to be as helpful as I can to make sure that the teachers are supported and the kids are doing good.
Yeah, that sounds good. Joe, you're similar.
I've been obviously doing it for a while now.
Well, you did it for a while, then you took a little break.
I did 6 years. Then I took a couple of years off.
Yeah, and
then
came back.
Then I was appointed for a week.
I know. Shortest term in town history.
At the end of the 24 year, 24, 25,
Yeah.
20, 23, 24.
Yeah.
And then I got elected to the 1-year seat.
And willing to step up to be chair. That was huge.
I hope I did a good job. I'm sure that sometimes I didn't, but I try to correct my mistakes as I go, and I know there's a couple times that I apologized publicly to some of the board members because I was not right. But it's definitely a learning curve, and it's trying to keep order while at the same time trying to let everybody speak, because sometimes we do go off on tangents, but the tangents are worthwhile, and you hate to stop people from speaking when you know what they're saying is something that needs to be heard.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I've been doing it for a while. I've been on a lot of different committees, and
Are you on policy now?
I'm on policy now, and
Facilities too?
policy and facilities, two of the big ones.
Yeah.
I'm on the ad hoc insurance committee also.
Yeah. Oh, that's
and
another biggie.
Yeah. So, but policy,
I marvel at how many.
we spend hours at policy.
Yeah.
We really do. We spend at least 2 to 3 hours most meetings now.
And it's a matter of just keeping up with the state statutes,
It is, and,
right?
it's very thorough. We have 3 or 4 policies coming up at our meeting tomorrow that we've tabled because we just couldn't, as a group, come to terms. There's that much to them that we didn't want to rush through them, and so we're going to take them up again tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get them to the next meeting of the board. But yeah, policy stuff in facilities. There's just so much going on. It's a lot of little stuff, but it's contrary to popular belief, when we go to meetings, we're probably spending, an extra 15 hours a month anyway. Never mind the
Just
board
in
meetings.
committee?
In committee, and then as chair, I meet with the superintendent
Three times a
frequently.
week. Yeah.
Frequently we talk, and I'm told things a lot of times that I can't say. I shake my head at some of the stuff that I'm made aware of. It's mind blowing. I don't know why anybody would want to be chair. It's been an experience. It has been.
How do you think our district's doing, Sarah?
The district as a whole, I mean,
Yeah.
as comparatively, I don't know. I mean, I think every district everywhere is struggling. I think that even though everyone hates talking about it because everyone talks about it all the time, COVID really messed with the way that things happened, and it really sort of put a damper on the way kids were learning and just the experience that they had.
Because you would have, during COVID, you would have had a middle schooler and an elementary schooler, right?
Actually, it was John Fuller. So my oldest was, I think it was the end of her final year at John Fuller
gosh,
that she
sixth
was
grade.
at home. Yeah, it was sixth grade and fourth grade. So
I can't imagine what
it
that was
just
like.
experiencing it as a parent, it's really weird to first of all to have a sixth grader and a fourth grader that are not going to school when you have to continue going to work.
Yeah.
Is a really weird struggle that we had to sort of navigate. I am really lucky that we have a good support system. Kurt's family is very close to us, so
And then you probably had to learn Zoom and all that stuff? Or-
yeah, the girls had to learn Zoom, but it sort of changed their perspective on school. So it changed their perspective on the work that they have to put in order to get to where they need to be, the effort that they needed to put in to be able to do the things that the teachers were asking them to do. It was really interesting and sort of sad to see elementary kids that like get that sort of like kids as they grow up tend to get jaded with school, especially ones that have a hard time, but even kids that don't have a hard time sometimes because of social reasons or whatever sort of get to a place where everyone gets to that phase where school stinks and nobody wants to go.
Yeah.
But to have a fourth grader and a sixth grader that sort of get that feeling was weird, and it was hard for us to sort of navigate how to get them to enjoy being in school and enjoy doing the things. They've always been readers. One of them still is. The other one has decided that that's silly. But it's been a lot. So I feel like every district has struggled. Every district is having results that are similar to the results that we're having here. Everyone is trying to solve the same problem. I don't think that we are doing better or worse than probably any other district that I know of. There are definitely places that have higher scores or places that are doing things differently that maybe would improve or not. But it's really hard to compare.
Yeah.
I think that there are a lot of challenges, but in general, it's always been a great district. We have so many amazing teachers. I have met so many amazing teachers in my kids' travels through the grades. We just have such an amazing group of people. The Valley is really sort of unique in that it has very enthusiastic, amazing people that are willing to sort of give everything.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing okay.
Yeah.
But
Joe?
I agree. I think COVID really messed up everything. I don't want to put my glasses on because I took a couple of notes. As Sarah said, I do a little research too. So in February 21st was an article in Fortune magazine. Talked about Maine being the first state in the nation to start going to tablets and computers. And basically the headline was the results of the first generation is they have less I can't even say cognitively capable than their parents.
Really?
Yeah. And then there was an article, there was a reprint of some magazine in Sweden that I had no idea what it was, but that was on the 24th of this month. And basically they're saying that through the use of laptops, getting rid of books and going to laptops, that reading comprehension has been reduced, attention spans are reduced, and writing has gotten weaker. So Maine is looking at going back to books for some of the core courses. Sweden's looking at definitely going back to books for the core courses. And I hope that we, as a state, a community, look at some of these results of some of these studies and figure out whether that's what we should be doing. Because I think
Is everything
sometimes,
basically on computer now? Or
pretty
A
much.
lot,
is
yeah.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
I can remember my son coming home and asked me to help him with his math homework. And the way I was taught and the way he was being taught, he was like, I can't do it that way because they want us to do this. I'm like, but that way doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
This way makes sense to me. And he said, your way's easier. I'm like,
yeah.
Yep.
so yeah, but I mean, it's you know, it's is it progress or is it not progress?
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, I'm not saying technology's not to be used, but maybe we should be looking at going back to basics and you know, like I said, some of the core courses and going back to books and utilizing books. And I think it gives the student something tangible to have, to read, to work on, to look back at. Okay, how did they figure this out? I can go back 3 pages and I can say, all right, now I get it. Or maybe I don't get it, and then I ask for help. I don't understand how to do this.
Yeah.
But when you have a tablet in front of you, sometimes it just solves for you. So,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, one big thing, people have told me that we're not teaching cursive in some schools in the state. And I was
Yes.
like, you kidding me? How do you sign your name? I mean,
Yeah.
just- I
they
don't.
don't.
No, they don't.
They don't. That's
They
the
don't
problem.
sign their name.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's mind-boggling to me. I mean, I really appreciate the fact that Canada's now a phone-free school, so
Mm-hmm.
they have to put their phones away. So a lot more interaction, Kevin Carpenter said, and he really appreciates that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That was probably one of the best things to happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad the legislature went that way also, but I think, to your point, it's just the kids are communicating. They're talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not they're on their phones just texting one another. They're actually communicating. And to me, that's brain development more than thumbs going. So,
Sarah, you agree?
I do agree that the phones, it was a good step, but a lot, if not all, of the classes require those the laptops to be out, the Chromebooks, and they message each
still-
other on those.
like
Just
that.
like they
Oh.
text.
Or
Oh
instant
yeah, you
message.
can
Oh.
message.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that
There's
might have been blocked or
yeah,
something.
and kids are kids, so they're
gonna
going to
figure out-
figure out.
they're gonna figure out a
Yeah,
way.
they know how to do it more than I do. So
Yeah,
they're
a lot smarter
playing
than I am.
games and they're
Yeah.
figuring things out. But
Yep.
even just asking, like because I have kids, I do know kids, and though they would never ever admit that they said this, there are kids that say that they're on computers too much. The access to computers is really distracting in classes, and though it can be very helpful in some parts of classes or in some courses, it is really a hindrance in a lot of others, and it takes away that critical thinking, because if you can get an answer on Google, why do you have to try to figure out how to do it yourself?
Very, very good
Exactly.
point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what do you think our strengths are in our district? Our VOTEC? I mean, everyone raves about the career tech.
I think we have an outstanding career tech center. And as Sarah said, I think we have some amazing teachers and staff that put themselves out. They go above and beyond a lot of times.
Our superintendent's now acting as principal at Pine Tree.
That's a group effort right now. It's a group effort. There's several different administrators that are there on different days.
Yeah.
I know Dr. Frechette's there, probably more because she's bouncing back and forth. But you can't fill the position until the position's open, unfortunately.
No.
And with the current principal out on leave, there's really nothing we can do. So I know there's been a posting. There'll be a new principal in the fall, on July 1st. But there's unfortunately, like I said, there's nothing to be done because the position still has a body in it.
Right.
Yeah. And we can't talk a lot about tuition contracts, but that just seems to be the hot topic at the moment, is whether what's Kennett High School going to look like 2 years from now? I mean, do you get a sense? Are we going to be one United Valley, or what do you guys think?
I would hope. I think I am pro getting the contracts done. I think we need to do that. I think the only way to budget is to have that. If you don't have that, you don't know who's coming. Even if you don't have a solid number, at least you know 50%, you know how many students there are, 70%, you know how many students there are. But without having any knowledge, it's going to be tough to budget and tough to staff. The other thing is it's what's going on at the State House and with open enrollment, and where that's going to end up. That's huge. That's critical. And then the third is, again, at the State House, looking at reducing the number of SAUs.
Yeah.
And how will that impact? So.
What's your take?
I mean, it's hard. I would hope that the Valley would stay in Conway. I would hope that, I mean, we have this amazing facility. It was made for far more kids than are currently in it. It has the potential to do far more than it does because of that. And it also leaves us at a place where we built these facilities. We have all these facilities for the kids because we had all of those students, and with numbers dwindling because they just are, there are not as many kids in the Valley. It also takes our money away. So the money that you think you have to continue going through and paying for all of these different things is now being spread thinner and thinner. So having everyone here would obviously be better for Conway, but I feel like it would be better for the other towns as well. I know there are other options. The tech is a really big thing. Conway, as far as the location goes, busing kids, I mean, it's a good system, and I hope that it continues to stay, because the kids love, melding with the other students in the other towns. It's how they get to know other kids. It's how they get to have different experiences. And so it's really important. I hope that they are able to continue. We're not going to be able to support all of the facilities that we have if we don't have enough students in the classrooms.
And we've seen declining enrollment here in the last few years, and that's led to a reduction of, I think, 33.5 staff members.
Over the last 3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
That's got to make for some tough board meetings behind closed doors, decisions.
It's tough decisions. It's more on a curriculum, what you can offer and what you can't offer.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the elementary schools, it's different than the high school, even the middle school. So it's you want to offer more, but if you don't have the student population, you don't have the cash flow, it's tough to do it.
It really is.
It is. It's and fingers crossed that the contract gets passed.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
It is. It's huge.
3-year new teacher contract that'll be coming before the voters on the 14th. And speaking of facilities, John Fuller School. I mean, that's near and dear to my heart. That was my first job out of college as a para briefly, so
Nice.
I was sad to see that close. But I guess I understood it. It wasn't my choice of schools to close, but now they're floating an idea of possibly a YMCA going there. Have you guys got any thoughts on what you would do with the property? Would you sell it? Would you look to? You don't want to be a landlord, do you? Or?
That's tough. I would have said no to being a landlord, but it's prime real estate, and should the trend ever reverse itself, and we needed a school again, where would we go? It's tough to get a piece of property like that.
Right in the village.
And the headlines on the paper the first time I heard about the YMCA, which is amazing. So yeah, that'll be great if something like that could happen. I don't know what their needs or wants are with the property, but
I think they were interested in the entire property,
Yeah.
and then building a pool in addition to it. So they
it'll be a great community asset.
and Josh Bruston, the realtor who floated the idea, said that they would have to form like a board of directors and have to fundraise for the whole project. So that's a lot. But he said there's already one donor who's willing to contribute $3 million. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
Well, that is crazy.
Yeah, I just read that yesterday when I was traveling home online, so I haven't had time to sort of look into it or process
Yeah.
it, but it does seem like a good option. I was not in favor of closing John Fuller. The Burke family did all go to John Fuller, so
Yeah.
they are all connected to it, but for me, it was just such a great location for a school. But it's not a school, so if you take that portion out, then being a landlord sounds like an extra burden to a school board. So it would depend on how easily is that going to flow? Is it going to cause problems? How much time does it take? How many people does it take? But I think that a YMCA, the idea of that sounds good. We know we have people that want childcare, after school childcare, afternoon childcare. So, it would be great. The pool facility is something that the Valley has been looking for.
forever.
Ever.
Even though it would be expensive, if it's something that people are open to, I don't know that I have ever been in a place that has been so willing to be generous than the Valley when they are in support of something. One of the amazing things about the Valley is that when people rally together, they just do amazing things here. And so if people are behind it, if people want to do it and they support it, I think it could be fantastic.
Yeah. You touched on it earlier, Joe, about the movement down at the State House where they'd like to consolidate the SAUs to bring them down to, I think, potentially 12 with one in each county plus one in Manchester and one in Nashville. What's your feeling on that?
I don't see how it can be done. I really don't. It just for what the SAU does, to do it for the whole county, I think would be almost impossible.
That'd be a lot of meetings for one person.
And the size of the SAU, the number of staff would be astronomical. You may be cutting down the number of SAUs, but the staff is going to be probably pretty close to the same. I just don't see how they can do it.
No.
You might be able to consolidate a few, but I don't see them going down from the 130, whatever it is, down to 12.
Yeah.
I
Even
don't
if
see
you
it.
look at it from the perspective of the boards, some of the counties cover a lot of area. That's a lot of travel for people that are volunteering their
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Where are you going to meet? How are you going to, is it all online? It's a lot.
Yeah, and we're
You
the
have to-
largest SAU in the state.
Exactly.
You have to know so
Mileage-wise,
much. Yeah.
Boy. So if elected, what committees would you like to serve on?
Oh my
Have you
gosh.
given any thought? Or
I have no idea. There are so many committees. I
do you remember the first committees you were on when you first joined
I've
the board?
always been on facilities.
Yeah,
I've always
'cause
been
your
on
background.
policy. My first 2 terms, I was contract negotiations. I was going to this year, but I didn't because there were 4 people, and I chose to keep myself off just because of the open meeting laws and whatnot. We would have had to call a meeting,
Yeah.
and then go into executive session, and then so to me it wasn't worth it. So there were 3 great candidates that wanted to be on, and I felt they would do a great job, and I think they did a great job. So and now I'm on the ad hoc committee, so I would probably stay with what I have, and if I have to be on something else, I'd do that too. So
I think probably the safety
Oh,
and
yeah,
technology.
that's a huge one.
Matt not running again leaves a really big opening there. He was really big. So that would be a lot more research that I would need to do. But if it's something that is lacking or that they need a spot for, I'm really willing to do anything. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about all of it. So whatever, in any way that I can be useful would be great. But probably definitely the safety, technology, maybe policy. But I think that Megan and Joe really have that covered. I don't know if there's enough. Is there a third one?
Matt's the third,
Oh,
and
Matt was
then
the
we had
third.
Nancy Kellerman
Right.
as the SAU representative.
Yeah.
So yeah, the policy has a representative from the SAU. So we'll have to see who that's going to be going forward.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I've asked all my tough questions. I want to give you guys each an opportunity to say something to the voters. If you want to make your closing statements, or if there's anything you want to say, or anything I've left out that you want to talk about, I'm happy to.
Go ahead, Sarah. Ladies first.
I don't know that there's anything that we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I guess just, I don't know if you agree with my opinions or you don't agree with my opinions, but my my goal, something that I would love to be able to do, is to try to face the insurmountable task of getting people on board with being open with each other and not quite as, like, debate is always debate, and it's wonderful, and it makes you think about different perspectives and different ideas, and it brings a lot of things to the table. But I feel like there have been areas where there's some, like, it gets a little bit hairy, and there's articles in the paper that sort of really attack. And if we can get to a place where the community can support the school board and the SAU and getting the kids what they need, you can never make anyone or everyone happy, I should say. But one of the tasks that I do at the vet hospital that I work at, which is significantly smaller people than an entire community, is that I try to find a way to show people that they have more in common than they think. And so just listening to the people, what they're looking for, listening to the teachers, how they need support, listening to the kids and how they feel they are struggling or doing well, listening to kids that have graduated to see how they feel Kennett supported them and what they did right versus what they did wrong. I really just want to listen as much as possible to anyone and everyone that wants to give me information so that I can try to do the best I can.
Sounds good.
I will say that should you be elected, and I hope you are, you will be stopped wherever you go grocery shopping. You will be stopped. You will be stopped wherever you go to get gas, out to breakfast, out to lunch, whatever. So people have their opinions, and to be open to everybody is great. It's because you will be. I would say that whether you like me or don't like me, please come out and vote.
Yeah.
I think it's important to do our civic duty. We usually don't have a high turnout on town elections, especially when there's not a lot of contested races. So there's a lot of warrant articles out there. There's a lot of money. So be heard. And thank you for your support over the years. And hopefully you'll continue to support me. And look forward to the next 3 years. Thank you all. Thank
Hopefully you'll be there to teach me.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Lloyd.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It's been a quick 40 minutes, guys. That was really well done, and thank you so much for being willing to serve our community. And for Joe Mosca, Sarah Burke, I'm Lloyd Jones, Rob Struble behind the board. Thanks for watching a conversation with the candidates. Remember, voting day, Tuesday, April 14th, I think it is?
Yep.
And you want to go to the Conway Community Building, the Conway Town Garage.
Yes.
and it's from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So thanks for watching. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That wasn't too